Hi, my name is Amy. Thank you very much for watching, and let's make some bad financial decisions together. So, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do not take any financial advice away from this, but if you're entertained, please like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. I would like to talk to you today about my portfolio and how I did in November. Just a little reflective exercise. So this month I made about $50 more than I did last month, which is great. I did have a special note here where I said, this is a super outlier. We're not going to make 120+% every month. Please do not expect that. And then Misty was like, bet. So, doing okay. And so you can see here where in the third week of this month, I had accidentally bought that SPY Leap in my taxable brokerage account. I'm really grateful I had margin and was able to strategically fix, well, I mean, fix is a big word, but for what happened. But I was able to accommodate my mistake, and now we were just doing a cover call strategy with in conjunction with that Leap contract, and so far it's gone okay. I am coming into my own with my strategy for that. And then you can see here that this is what I've been doing with my monthlies. And then Bitto is doing its thing. I still have 100 shares. I had 200 shares, but the 100 of them got called away with the cover call option I was doing. And then Misty is over here just carrying the entire portfolio. So you'll see that I lost $390 on my Misty position because I was greedy. Well, I was like, if it goes up to $31, that's a really good profit for me and I can sell it. But then I didn't roll the position and it was $31 and it was over $40. And I was like, you know what? We'll buy this to close it. And I bought 100 shares of Misty for $550, which was a steal at the time. So there's that. But if I hadn't lost that money, I would have had a lot more for the month. But when you play with options, sometimes you lose. So this wasn't the worst lesson learned that will ever have. But basically, once I do because I did roll the position and I got $100 for it. So once that expires, I probably won't be doing too many more cover calls on Misty, at least not when it's doing its big bull run. So there is that. But yeah, other than that, I've been experimenting with some options. This one is pairing with my Leap. This one was a mistake where it turned, not a mistake. I'm not going to lose this bet probably, but when I was looking later, IWM has daily covered calls or daily options. TNA only has weekly options. So even though the TNA has a higher IV, so technically higher premiums, when you look at IWM and you go to, like, the premiums are basically the same, except like this is for a week and this is every day. So the goal for me will be I'm going to do it on SPY, QQQ, and IWM. And I'll probably put out contracts on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That way I have time to correct things. Like if the entire market corrects down and it's Monday and my options are all on Wednesday, I can roll them over to Friday and maybe not make as much money as I normally would have, but probably not lose money or not a lot of money. So trying to keep my options like a couple of days in the future. And for the most part, unless I lose on Friday, I'll probably just not have options open over the weekend and let the market do what it does over the weekend and just put in new options on Monday. But it just depends on market conditions and what I'm feeling in the moment. So, I bought 20 more MSTY stock shares with my distribution money, and then I have a bunch of Bitcoin related things. I really want to get these buffed up more, and yeah, I bought 3 shares of the leveraged Palantir because I kept hearing about Palantir and I believe in it, but I don't have that much money. So I bought 3 shares. Hopefully this does well over the long run. But so far I'm up 5.75%. So we'll get my portfolio properly diversified at some point here. So basically, because I'm doing options, I'm getting better at Excel, let me tell you, because I did this big sum ifs thing where when I put the ticker in here and I put the debit and the credit, it'll automatically calculate it per the week, and then I'm going to put it into my December totals. And I've decided that when I had written out my investing contract to myself, I had tiers of like, okay, when you hit this price point, or like when you get this many distributions, you're going to change your tactic to this. And when you get this amount of distributions, you are going to change your tactic to this. But it's getting to the point now, and because of Bitcoin's bull run, that I want to start siloing the logical groupings of my portfolio and make sure that like that portion of my overall portfolio is the proportion I want in it. And then within that portfolio, just when I get distributions from, or premium from options or distributions from the high income ETFs, that I proportionally put them away within that silo to grow that portion of the fund. And if it's like Bitcoin, where I'm already at like 50% of my portfolio, which I can show you, these are my silo goals. I'm not going to, because I'm not selling out of positions to get to this goal. I'm going to use distributions and, put them where they're supposed to go. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but like I'm going to put them, purchase shares so that we get closer to this overall percentage goals. And also in January, I am going to use my option premiums to pay off my credit card debt. So it'll just be like everything left over from the premiums that, over the $4,000 I'm paying back every month until it's paid off, that will go into like the overall percentage that I want things to go in. So I'm going to have an S&P 500 silo, a NASDAQ 100 silo, the Russell 2000 silo. Of course, we're going to have an outsized portion of Bitcoin. I just feel really strongly about it. I have a very high conviction for it. And then have an AI/semiconductor specialty where we have NVIDIA and Palantir for the most part, and then a trash polka of things that I'm interested in that I want to put $100 here, $100 there. Nothing that's going to totally blow up my account. So I do like SoFi as something that is not closely related to anything else in my portfolio. I've been hearing good things about Honest, where they do like non-toxic diapers and cleaning products and stuff. And then the granny share, the granny shots, where it's a little bit expensive, but I do think that it is a good balanced ETF that fits my portfolio. A bunch of different leveraged things, and of course my ulti, AMD, AMDY, and my AMZ. Like, we're gonna start also, like, if I believe in the single stock ETF enough to do the yield max, I should also start, doing the silos where I'm in MSZLL, where it's like the leveraged Amazon. I'm in the leveraged AMD if that exists. I'm in leveraged whatever. I like ulti is kind of like the trash polka. Like, it has high IV, and they're just trying to get as much money as possible. So we're just trying to get as much money as possible with this section. So hopefully, I don't want to overwhelm myself with doing options, but I'm kind of thinking of it as like me doing an assisted iron condor, where I am purchasing cover calls from these companies like Roundhill and YieldMax, and then I'm doing my put spreads. And so between the two of us, between those two strategies, I'm doing some risk mitigation. At least that's how it's going to work in my own mind. So we'll see if that strategy works out for me. Hopefully in December, we just have a Santa rally and everybody looks like a genius, and I can practice the strategy in a good market. And then I'm not looking forward to, but I'm expecting some kind of pullback early next year. So that will test my strategy as well. It's better to test your strategy and see if it doesn't work quicker than, building confidence and getting bolder and then losing a bunch of money. So my goal is just to keep my put spreads pretty far out of the money, just kind of beat Roundhill in the weekly distribution, which you only need like 6 cents per day to beat them on the regular basis for XDT. So you don't have to be super aggressive anyways. So I think that's it for the month. I am preparing myself to do more options so that I can pay off my credit card faster, and I'm feeling not like less risky. I just feel like have less of a risk appetite. I'm just recognizing that maybe having 60% of my portfolio in Bitcoin is over leveraging Bitcoin. So we'll use the distributions from that to get the rest of my portfolio the way that it should be looking to support that amount in Bitcoin. Like, I don't want less Bitcoin. I just want the rest of my portfolio to grow so that that is the appropriate amount of Bitcoin to have in my portfolio. So, what are you going to try anything new in December? Are you going to look forward to that Santa rally? And what are your strategies going to be in the new year? I will talk to y'all later. Bye.